Hi guys, we are going to talk about the Champions League draw today, and I am Jack Sparrow. Here we have Harry Potter
Arigato!
and Peter Parker.
Yo yo!
Yes, hope you watched our previous video. Give us the likes and subscribes. Okay, let us start off with the easiest group of the draw. First, on my view, I think the easiest group is going to be for Bayern, which is a Group E. I think they are going to kick ass, give us a clear points for us to proceed to the round 16 and quarterfinals. Your view, Harry Potter?
I think the easiest group is Group F, which is the one with Manchester City. So Lyon is not the team who used to be. Yes, in the French league, they are not even performing in the French league. They have players who can do damage, like Fekir, Depay, but they are not much of a threat compared to other teams, other groups. And Man City should be comfortably going through. Like Shakhtar Donetsk, they do not have their key man, Fred. And for Hoffenheim, they are not really a threat, as we all know. I think they will finish bottom of the group. And Shakhtar is going to go through because the other three is like an equal fight among them.
As for me, I think it's Group G. The group has Real Madrid, Roma, CSK, Moscow, and Pilsen. I think Real Madrid and Roma is definitely 1 and 2 because the other two teams lack in quality and lack in any form of ambitious players that can pull them out of this group and to the round of 16. So I think it's a clear choice, Group G.
Alright, I think next up we're going to talk about a group of death. I think, as for my view, there are so many choices to choose from as all the teams are just squeezed into one, just separated, just scattered around. I think for me, the group of death will be Group C, which has PSG, Napoli, and Liverpool, and sadly, Serena Zida. Okay.
I think it's Red Star Belgrade.
Oh, is that so? Okay, alright, that's it. That's the previous team there. But I think that is the difficult team around.
For me, I think it's Group A because Atletico, Dortmund, Monaco, these three teams are of equal standard. For the rest of the group, yes, I agree that like Group C, like what Jack Sparrow has mentioned, Paris, Napoli, Liverpool. But we all know that Paris and Liverpool are better than Napoli and Red Star. And Red Star is not even in the equation. But even in Group A, right, Club Brugge can put up a fight to actually qualify because the other three teams are so close to each other, so they might lose to, like, for example, Monaco might lose to Dortmund, but Dortmund might win Atletico. But in a chance that Club Brugge might actually secure points against Atletico or Dortmund itself. And a lot of people are mentioning that Group H, which is the one with Manchester United, is a group of death, but we all know young boys at Valencia. Valencia is not the team it used to be. So comfortably, Juventus and Man United should be going through. So that's why they are not in my group of death.
As for me, I think the group of death should be Group B. The Group B, which has Barcelona, Inter Milan, Tottenham, and PSV Eindhoven. I think PSV, even though they should be finishing bottom of the group, they have enough experience in the European stage that might cause an upset when versus any of these teams. And Inter Milan entering the Champions League after so long, I'm sure they wanna put a mark, and with players like Nainggolan, Icardi, I'm sure they would be performing very well in the Champions League. Tottenham, they have Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Eriksen, all quality players, and I think if they do not qualify in this group stage, it would be an underachievement for them. And Barcelona is Barcelona. They have the best player in the world, one of the best creators in Coutinho, one of the best pure strikers in Luis Suarez, one of the up and coming talent in Dembele. They have all the quality they need. So I think this group is very hard to choose who will be the second place team. Yeah.
Alright, thirdly, we're going to talk about the top goal scorer. My prediction for the top goal scorer is going to be Ronaldo. He's going to score the shit out of Champions League. he's going to show his worth with Juventus, and Juventus are going for the Champions League title this season. Peter
For,
Parker.
for me, I think because Ronaldo is not playing for Real Madrid anymore, I don't think he would score that much goals in the UEFA Champions League. And I think the one who would be the top scorer would be from Atletico Madrid. I think it would be Griezmann, because last season he performed very well in the Europa League, and I think if he wants to be known as the best player in the world, this is the best stage he can show his worth. So I think Atletico's Madrid, Antoine Griezmann will be the top goal scorer.
For me, I personally think that Kylian Mbappe is going to be the top goal scorer. The reason is because of his blistering pace. I don't think anyone in this world football can handle his pace for a defender. A defender marking him. So if PSG have good players like Cavani, who is a natural goal scorer. They have Neymar, who's going to be up and there. But Kylian Mbappe has something that the other players lack of, especially every other team. It's the pace he has. He's going to be a blistering form. If the team is going to win are going to challenge for the Champions League, Kylian Mbappe will be the guy they're going to root for. He's going to be there finishing chances. He's going to be there creating. And for me personally, I feel that after this World Cup where he performed very well, he's going to be a stepping stone for him. He's young. He'll be raring to go for the next and up next. So I know he's been compared to the likes of Ronaldo, the Brazilian one. To actually show that he's going to be the next Ronaldo, he has to prove in the Champions League. He already proved in the World Cup, so in the club level, he has to be performing for me personally, I think, to be compared to the likes. So he's going to be the top goal scorer.
Yes, that's very true. I think that's for the top goal scorer. Next, we are going to talk about the underdogs of this Champions League draw. Peter Parker?
For me, the underdog, like I mentioned earlier, will be Inter Milan, because I know Inter Milan is a very big club, and it is known as a big club for maybe older fans, but for younger fans, they might not regard Inter Milan as a top team. So to make the younger fans know who is Inter Milan, I think the Inter Milan team and the Inter Milan management would be wanting to perform very well. And they have a lot of quality players. Like I mentioned earlier, Nainggolan, they have Stefan De Vrij they bought. They have the keeper, Handanovic, and they have a top quality striker in Icardi who haven't really proven in the European stage yet. And I think this would be the first chance that he would get. So all this quality would make Inter Milan underdog. Even though it's a big club, like I mentioned earlier, it would be an underdog in terms of younger fans not knowing how big Inter Milan is.
Alright, as for me, I think the underdogs for the Champions League will be Napoli with their players, Hamsik, Mertens, and their squad is actually very good. I think with the manager, Ancelotti, he's the legend of Champions League because he has won many of it, but they have been underperforming all this while in the Champions League. But so this time, I think they are going to prove their worth, and they're going to push their way through the finals. And those who are underestimating them, fuck you all. I think they are going to push it through. They are going to smash PSG and Liverpool away. They are going to make their way to the finals. So, Harry Potter.
Okay, for me, I think it's from Group A. It's going to be Dortmund. It's because they have been out of the scene for a very long time. Ever since Klopp has left Dortmund, we don't hear much about Dortmund. But actually, they have a very, very, very good squad. Especially in the midfield, they actually have what's his name? Mario Götze, Marco Reus, Kagawa. They have Julian Will. He's one of my favorite midfielders. He's a very calm and collected fella. And another one we actually know, but he actually left and he's came back, but nobody's talking about him. Is actually Axel Witsel. He's actually a very how do I put it? He's actually more of a tournament kind of player, like Champions League, World Cup. He does well because it's a group stage and he's always there to calm the pressure. And in terms of their attackers, they actually have Alessa, they have Maximilian Philipp, then they have Pulisic, and also they have what's the striker's name? Sergio Gomez. And their manager, he will be there to prove a point. He wants to not to be in the shadow of Jurgen Klopp or the Tuchel. So I personally think they will be pushing for that. The what do you say? The Champions League spot, to be in the top 4 or something like that, because we all know that Bayern Munich is going to win the German league. So they can actually fully focus on Champions League and try to win it. So that's my point.
Alright, next we are going to talk about the player of the tournament. Who do you think is going to be the best in the Champions League?
I think, like I said, the top goal scorer, Kylian Mbappe, he's going to light the tournament with a lot of speed, pace, energy. He's going to be that fire that PSG needs, the final piece to go far in the Champions League. So I personally feel Mbappe is because of his qualities he actually showed in the World Cup. He's very calm. He's calm for actually a very fast guy. So even in front of the box when he wants to finish, he's actually calm with that speed. I mean, you usually see players scuffing a shot or trying to put it past the keeper too hard or something like that, but he's very calm. So I think he's going to be the player of the tournament.
As for me, it's gonna be the Egyptian king, Mohamed Salah. Last season, he played exceptionally well in the EPL and in the Champions League. And this season, I think his performance in the EPL won't be as good, but his performance in the European stage will be 10 times better. I think he would be the best player. He would pull Liverpool out of the group stage and into at least the semi-final stage with top-notch performances.
I just hope he doesn't meet Ramos early in the game or in the tournament, because if not, his shoulder will pop out again, and they'll probably petition to ban Ramos from playing the entire tournament. But yeah, good choice.
Alright, for me, I think it's going to be Ronaldo still. He's going to be scoring the goals. As for now, Juventus, he has started. He's very calm with his attack and everything. We haven't heard his name yet. I think Champions League, he's going to bang in everything with all if he's got. Lastly, we are going to talk about who is going to be crowned the champions. I think it's going to be Real Madrid. And they are going to show their worth. Without Ronaldo, they are going to be the champions. With Benzema now all out attack and Bale is there, they can do it without Ronaldo. I think this is the time for them to shine, and it's Hala Madrid.
I think it's like the worst choice for who's gonna be the champions, because Real Madrid, I think they won because of Zidane and Ronaldo, because Zidane has the winning mentality and Ronaldo is hungry for goals. Now without Ronaldo, who's gonna be the one hungry for goals? I don't think Benzema is the selfish player, or Bale is the selfish player, or is the player who will do whatever it takes to score that much of goals. I think they will try to play as a team, but would get unstuck when they versus a top team with a special player like a PSG with Mbappe, Neymar, or a Juventus with Ronaldo. And their coach is one of the most unknown coach. So you saying Real Madrid gonna win, I think it's like one of
For
the
me, I think even when he's not only an unknown coach, he's not like a Real Madrid guy. Like, we all know Real Madrid coaches like Ancelotti, we know Capello, Jose Mourinho, and the last one, Zidane. They are there to win something. But you see the new coach, or the new manager to be exact, he actually left Spain in the World Cup. I mean, he was fired, but because he wanted to talk to Real Madrid. I mean, that kind of loyalty, you need that kind of loyalty like Zidane, like Jose Mourinho, or like Ancelotti had for the Champions League itself. To win it, you need that extra energy or exact passion. I mean, if you tell me if he gets a new offer with more money or something like that, or a better team than Real Madrid, I mean, right now they actually have a depleted squad, in my opinion. To replace Ronaldo, you need to get a better player. not some unknown guy. I'm not even too sure about his name. So it's gonna be a tough asking from him. If he's gonna win it, like what Jack Sparrow has said, then I will agree that it's a good achievement. But I don't see them winning.
For me, I think it will be Atletico Madrid winning the Champions League because first they have a top quality keeper in Oblak, top quality defenders and leaders in Godin, and the Hernandez, and they have top midfielders in Thomas Lemar and a proper winger in Gelson Martins, and top strikers Costa, Griezmann, and on top of that they have, in my opinion, the best coach in world football right now, Diego Simeone. He has won everything with Atletico Madrid, Super Cups, the league, their Spanish Cup, and even the Europa League. The only one thing that he has not won with Atletico Madrid is the Champions League, and if he wins that with Atletico Madrid, he would reach legendary status in the level of Pep Guardiola and Jose Mourinho. So I think it would be Atletico's Madrid UEFA Champions League trophy.
For me, I'm not gonna be like these two fellas here saying that their team is in the competition, but they're gonna vouch for another team. Manchester United is gonna be the champion. I'm not gonna even second doubt that. If they are out, then I will change my opinion. But when they are in the competition, they will win it. Like even for any competition, I want them to win. And I hope that they will win, and I would say that they will win until the final whistle is blown and they are out. So what I personally think, Jose Mourinho has a lot of attack from the media. So he wants to prove a point. What's a better way to prove a point other than winning the Champions League? So, and we all know Jose Mourinho, it's a cup manager. He does very well in the cup. He plays the 90-minute out well. So, and he has the squad he has the depth in the squad who's going to fight for the Champions League, who's going to play in the League Cup. They have players who can play in the EPL week in, week out. The only problem with it is the defense. So, if he can sort it out in the January transfer, if he can get out of the group stage and he can sort it out, like maybe a centre back in the January transfer, Manchester United is gonna be one of the favourites to win it, because going forward we all know that what Manchester United can do. So the problem is at the back defending. So for me personally, if they can get one more player, especially a centre half, it's gonna make a world of difference. Not only in the EPL, but it's gonna make a difference in Champions League. But for me, I personally think Manchester United are gonna be pushing for the Champions League, and I hope they push for the Champions League and EPL as well. But if you ask me EPL or Champions League, I would want to win a Champions League because it's harder. At the same time, it's more pressurizing. And I mean, who don't want to be the world champion? Like in terms of club football, yeah.
Alright, we have come to the end of today's previews, and yeah, do like, share and subscribe. Do give us your comments and reviews below. I am Jack Sparrow.
I'm Harry Potter. Ciao!
And I'm Peter Parker.
Bye.
Bye!